So far, Texas has given out 1 million doses of the COVID-19 vaccine. Now, Southeast Texas is waiting on more doses while ramping up a game plan for a mass vaccination site.
President-elect Joe Biden is outlining his plan to fight the coronavirus, why you could be seeing more money in your pocket.
And out on bond and out of a job, the latest in the arrest of Port Neches' fire chief.
Daybreak starts right now with Tracy Kinnick, Nick Canizales, and meteorologist Jeff Gerber.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday, and welcome to 12 News Daybreak. I'm Tracy Kinnick.
And I'm Nick Canizales. It's time to wake up. It's 5 o'clock. You guys need to get up, get your coffee, get motivated. I mean, yeah, get out of bed.
Put on a sweater because it's really cold.
It is. I know. Jeff cranked up the AC. And, you know, it's not as cold as it was earlier this week, but it is cool, though.
Yeah, we're looking at temperatures in the 30s and 40s out there for this morning, thanks to the cold front that went through last night. At least it's going to be a dry day. We'll see plenty of sunshine for this afternoon. But right now, temperatures anywhere from the middle 40s back down into the upper 30s. So bundle up a little bit this morning. Make sure you have the coat ready to go. As we look at our forecast for today, we only climb into the upper 50s. So that's a good, I say, 10 to 12 degrees cooler than we were yesterday. So see plenty of sunshine, but with those 50s and those northwesterly winds anywhere from 10 to 20, it's going to feel like a cool afternoon, so you'll need the jacket throughout the day. This weekend, we'll stay cool. Matter of fact, a couple of mornings will be kind of cold. We'll look at those numbers in just a little bit.
A new milestone for Texas. We're the first state to administer more than 1 million COVID-19 vaccine doses, but it's all a numbers game. Per capita, we're tied for 18th. About 3,600 doses have been administered per 100,000 people. So far, the state has only used 59% of the doses it has received.
Right now, Southeast Texas leaders have a plan for mass vaccinations. You know, they just need the state to sign off on it. And they're tired of seeing the stops in different areas. They want a mass vaccination site here in Southeast Texas, and local leaders say they're going to do everything in their power to get them here. And that includes forming a committee to lobby the state together. Judge Jeff Brandick and representatives from Hardin, Orange, and Jasper counties met up with health officials to discuss a vaccine rollout plan. From there, they'll appeal to the state's expert health panel for as many vaccinations and vaccines as possible. Now, the panel normally looks at population, case count, and fatalities to put a final number on shipment. Once the panel has determined how many shots should be sent to Southeast Texas, Commissioner John Helderstedt with the Department of Health and State Services will sign off. This is expected to happen sometime today.
That I know that the state is working very hard to get as many dosages as they can to the state. I know they're trying to push them out to the local areas, and we're trying to create an atmosphere where we're going to be able to handle larger shipments of the doses and get them to our citizens as quickly as we possibly can.
In the meantime, Judge Brandick and officials are working behind the scenes to prepare Southeast Texas for a mass vaccination site.
President-elect Joe Biden outlining his plan to fight the coronavirus. In addition to billions of dollars for vaccination efforts, Biden is calling for bigger stimulus checks for Americans and a boost in the minimum wage. It comes as we learn that the daily U.S. death toll from the virus has now topped 4,000 for the second consecutive day. ABC's Alex Perchet with further details.
With 5 days to go before the inauguration, President-elect Biden is unveiling his plan to fight COVID-19.
My first appearance before a joint session of Congress, I will lay out my Build Back Better recovery plan.
The nearly $2 trillion proposal calls for new $1,400 stimulus payments to most Americans, plus $130 billion to reopen schools and $160 billion to build a national vaccine program and boost testing.
Countless families and friends left behind with unrelenting grief and guilt, anger and frustration. And the emptiness felt by the loss of life is compounded by the loss of our way of life.
It comes as hospitals beg for backup. In Los Angeles County, 1 in 3 people now have contracted COVID. Ambulances gridlocked outside the ER. Inside, gurneys one behind another. But at this field hospital, built in just 5 days, the only thing missing is oxygen.
We need a large quantity of oxygen at all times, constantly. We can't ever run out, because if we run out,
they could die.
The nation's death toll is now approaching 400,000. Last week's toll was 25% higher than at any other time during the pandemic. Amid the crush of patients, a rush to vaccinate. But some cities warn they're running out of doses.
We don't have enough supply to go beyond phase 1.
The shortage forcing some cities to slow the vaccine rollout to lower risk people. And in areas where shots are in stock, appointments are not.
There was not 1 ounce of availability on any site.
Alex Perche, ABC News, New York.
By the numbers, let's break down what's happening in the hospitals. Both general and ICU beds saw a slight dip on Thursday. 10 fewer patients were being treated in general beds, while the ICU count dropped by 1. So what do these numbers mean? Well, the ICUs are still full. 52% of all ICU patients being treated on Thursday had the virus. Compare that to 24% of general patients fighting COVID-19. Southeast Texas added 243 new COVID cases to the state count, a number that keeps creeping up on our 14-day rolling average. Regionally, that lands us at a hospitalization rate of 26.6%.
New developments this morning. The Port Neches fire chief is out of jail, but he's also out of a job. Paul Nelson posting a $50,000 bond a day after officers arrested him on child pornography charges. 12 News reporter James Grant with more on what's next for Nelson and the city of Port Neches.
The investigation into Nelson, who served as Port Neches fire chief for 5 years, began after the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children received a tip. Investigators say Nelson is accused of sending illegal images on social media. We know officers seized numerous digital devices from Nelson's home. Jefferson County District Attorney Bob Wortham calls it, quote, a sad situation. He tells 12 News they have very strong evidence in the case. Meanwhile, the Port Neches city manager has handed over control of the fire department to Assistant Chief Mike Stegall.
The department will continue to perform as it has in the past, and there's an exceptional group of committed firefighters within our department that are here to serve the community.
While the Texas Attorney General's Child Exploitation Unit is leading the investigation, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children played a crucial role in this case. Lindsay Olson with the nonprofit says while she can't speak about this particular investigation, she can shed some light on how investigations usually begin. Typically, companies like Facebook, Google, or Twitter find illegal material and report it to the center.
These companies are required by federal law to report any child pornography or any child sexual abuse material that they're aware of.
Olson says these companies and others can report obscene material to the center's 24-hour cyber tip line. Once that is done, the center takes over.
We are receiving this information in, and we're really trying to determine a possible location of where a child may have been victimized.
When the center zeroes in on a location, they contact local law enforcement agencies at the state and municipal levels to hand off their findings for further investigation. Port Neches PD continues to assist the Texas Attorney General's Child Exploitation Unit as the investigation into this case is ongoing. In Beaumont, James Grant, 12 News.
Cold front last evening has brought us some chillier temperatures. Looks like a cool weekend ahead. We'll have that forecast for you in just a few minutes.
She gave you a lease that was quite, according to you, unusual.
Moving in was a no-brainer.
$600 a month rent, reduced to $300 if you're a current college student.
But she failed the first test.
Were you a current college student?
I was not.
Your written lease is clear.
Is that the evidence she sent in? Because I believe my signature was forged on that.
Judge Judy.
Weekdays at 4 on KBMT ABC. The wait is over. Mike Smith's CJDR's Start Something New sales event is going on now. We're kicking off 2021 by bringing you thousands in savings. Drive the 2020 Jeep Renegade, over $5,000 off the MSRP. Or drive the new 2020 Dodge Charger with over $7,000 off the MSRP. Plus, get 0% APR for 84 months on select models. Start the year off right at Mike Smith's CJDR. I-10 exit Washington both ways. Or shop online with Acceleride at MikeSmithCJD.com.
Jeffrey Simmons, Franklin Exchange. We're here at 4220 College Street. We're buying gold and silver, diamonds, coins, collectibles, and guns. Come see us today at 4220 College. Look us up at franklinex.com. We're here paying cash on a daily basis for your collectibles, whether it's an estate or something you'd just like to turn into cash. Come see us today. We're buying gold, silver, diamonds, coins, and guns.
Is truly powerful.
I have the power to lower my A1C because my body can still make its own insulin.
And Trulicity activates my body to release it, lowering my blood sugar from the first dose. Once weekly Trulicity responds when my body needs it 24/7. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It's not insulin.
It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include indigestion, fatigue, belly pain, decreased appetite, nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I have it within me to lower my A1C.
Ask your doctor about Trulicity.
I want a reservation for 2 pair of glasses and an eye exam.
Oh, you can just walk in.
I see, my reputation precedes me.
Actually, we do this for everyone.
I'm going to pretend you didn't say that. Boop, gone.
Unbeatable prices without the drama. 2 pair plus a free eye exam as low as $59.95.
The 12 News Storm Tracker 7-day forecast is brought to you by Monica Brothers.
Monica Brothers has put you on the road to reliability since 1970.
One couple's dream wedding had an unexpected surprise last weekend. Take a look at this. Texas weather putting a spin on Aaron and Terrence Lou's wedding day. How beautiful is this? They never expected these would be their photos. The two lovebirds planned a small outdoor ceremony in College Station. Aaron says it was magical and she wouldn't change a single thing. Also said she never would have thought it would snow on her wedding day here in Texas.
Listen, those are amazing pictures. And who would have thought, especially in Texas?
It's perfect.
Look
at that.
That's awesome. That's a great shot.
Cool.
That's iconic right there.
Yeah, turned out beautiful.
That is very, very nice.
Couldn't plan it, right?
I know.
Well, I guess if we had meteorologist Jeff Gerber over there predicting, we could plan it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's probably not as far out as they planned.
I noticed nobody had on coats at the wedding. I mean,
you know, they're fine.
That's for the pictures, though.
Yeah, I'm sure they were freezing.
Probably had them. They took them off. Pictures.
Well, yeah, that'd be a neat ceremony to be in the middle of a blizzard, and well, wasn't really a blizzard,
but yeah.
Yeah, the wind wasn't that much, but yeah.
But they're gusty today.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit of a wind, especially as we get into this afternoon. We could see some gusts over 20 miles an hour. But right now, winds aren't too bad. They're anywhere between about 10 to 15. Temperatures right now, though, are very chilly to cold. Cold up in Jasper at 38. Kirbyville's currently at about 39. And then most folks right now in the lower 40s. 43 in Woodville and Port Arthur, 41 Silsbee. Beaumont's about 42, and then Orange showing 46 degrees at this hour. Speaking of Orange, let's take you over there with our Horseman's Western Store camera, sponsored by 12 News Roofing 911 Live Skycam Network. Currently 44 degrees, humidity at 52%, and winds are out of the north. Like I said, between about 5 and 10. We've seen some gusts up to about 15. Expecting those to pick up a little bit once the sun comes up a little bit later on this morning. Cold front has pushed through the area, so that's why we're seeing those northwesterly winds out ahead of the front. A little bit of rain over towards the southeastern U.S. We didn't see anything as the front came through here. It was just too dry. We won't see anything today, but lots of sunshine. So it's going to be a nice afternoon. We're going to start off, though, into the 40s, so it's a very chilly start, and we'll stay fairly cool throughout the day. At lunchtime, sunshine. We'll be in the lower to middle 50s and then go up to about 57, maybe 58 degrees for later on today. So that's a far cry from the 70 we hit yesterday. So expect a much cooler day today. At least we'll have sunny skies, a little bit of a gusty northwesterly wind throughout the day. Temperatures fall in the 40s this evening, and then overnight as we get into Saturday morning, look for temperatures back in the 30s. So it's going to be a cold start tomorrow morning, but at least it'll be dry if you're going to be heading out the door very early. Much cooler for today. Lots of sunshine, though. Northwesterly winds at 5 to 15. We'll keep temperatures right there into the middle to upper 50s for later on this afternoon. And then for tonight, you need to bundle up with a mostly clear sky. West winds at 5 to 15. Middle 30s towards the lakes, and we'll be in the upper 30s here in the Triangle. 7-day forecast shows a warming trend kicking in on Sunday. We'll get up to 60 on Sunday, and the temperatures go up from there. By Thursday of next week, we'll be back up to around 70 degrees. Forecast calling for dry conditions till about Wednesday, and then we'll see about a 40% chance of some showers Wednesday and the Thursday. We did yesterday, computer models were showing some pretty heavy rains Wednesday and the Thursday. Looks like this morning they're backing off just a little bit to some scattered showers, but we'll continue to watch it, tweak that forecast as we get a little bit closer next week.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Uh-oh.
Lord.
Tell us, Nick.
Well, you know, wrestling fans. Are you guys wrestling fans? Probably not. Hey, I'm over here. I'm over here. You know what? I'm about to elbow somebody in the backdrop over there. Mitchell's about to be you because I got good news for you if you are a wrestling fan. If you're looking for some entertainment tonight, micro wrestling coming to town. And our reporter, Kara Willis, has a story, and she might even get in the wrestling ring tonight. Good morning, Kara.
Good morning, Nick. It's going to be quite the show tonight at the Ford Center when the micro wrestlers make their way to town from Alabama. Micro wrestling has the same qualities as regular wrestling shows, except micro wrestlers are performers who are living with dwarfism or are 5 feet or under in height. Wrestler Jacob Brooks tells us why the community should experience a micro wrestling show.
I think it's important for the community to experience micro wrestling, so that the community knows that just because we're small or we're under 5 feet, we're not a sideshow. We are all athletes here at the micro wrestling, and we train every day. We get up, we breathe, we sleep, and we eat this business, and we need to be taken seriously.
The team is taking safety precautions for wrestlers and audience members, such as providing sanitizing stations, temperature checks, and requires everyone to social distance and wear a mask. To learn more about micro wrestling and to purchase your tickets for the show, call 858-SHOW-TICKS or visit microwrestling.com. The show will take place at Ford Park at 8 p.m. In studio, Kara Willis, 12 News.
Listen, if Jeff doesn't get a better forecast, I'm going to body slam him in the 6 o'clock hour. Hey, don't mess with Texas, because after the break, we're going to take you to the Southeast Texas backyard that needs your help in keeping it clean. It's 517.
Welcome to West Vice Hardwoods, your one-stop shop for your woodworking needs. West Vice has a huge selection of hardwood, tools, and cabinet hardware ready for your next project. We manufacture all molding in-house. If you don't see a profile you like, we'll make it. We carry the largest selection of hardwoods for the novice craftsman to the expert contractor. Let's put our 40 years of experience to work for you. Call us or come see us and let your passion be our passion here at West Vice Hardwoods in Nederland, Texas.
As they say in the movies, don't bring a knife to a gunfight.
Rosie, what in the world are you doing?
Just reminding people to have the right tools for the job, like medical evidence to prove a disability to the Social Security Administration.
If you need help with your Social Security disability claim, call me, Shirley Wisnowski, attorney at law.
Shirley Wisnowski, a lawyer you can talk to.
A lot has changed in the last 50 years, including how you hear. Technology is always changing, but Phelan Audiology's traditional quality care will always remain the same. Our comprehensive hearing services are designed to meet your individual needs.
Phelan Audiology has taken care of my family for 3 generations.
If you're experiencing hearing loss, come see why we've provided trusting hearing care since 1968.
Attention! Save up to 50% at the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Sale this weekend at Parkdale Mall. Over 70 hot tubs on display at up to 50% off. Every floor model must go. Come see revolutionary swim spas that can heat or chill the water. Bad credit, no problem. 100% in-house financing, no turndowns. That's the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Sale this weekend at Parkdale Mall. Call 1-833-HOUR-SPAS or go to discountspas.com.
Well, during these times of social distancing, the Big Thicket National Preserve has caught the eye of many. More Southeast Texans are taking trips to the parks to enjoy time in the nature.
But more people equals more trash, so the rangers have a message for visitors. Don't mess with Texas. That's right. Here's our Cristiana Ramos with more.
Social distancing rules have made it tough to gather inside, so more Southeast Texans are getting outside. And when there's more than 112,000 acres of endless nature right in your backyard, there's a whole world to explore.
Big Thicket is so unique to Southeast Texas because it's where 4 distinct ecosystems of the United States convene. You can, in one day, see alligators, you can go up and see roadrunners, you can go see some cypress tupelo, and you can also see some, the large oak trees.
Big Thicket has caught the eye of many people this past year. The preserve has seen a 16% increase of visitors in 2020, and the number keeps growing.
More visitors comes also more use of the public land. We also have seen a 10% increase in backcountry camping permits, where people can go out and camp in the, in the middle of the woods, enjoy some time away, which is also very important during a pandemic. We provide safe places for visitors to come and explore.
But more visitors bring more of something else.
We have seen an increase in trash in the in the previous years. We do volunteer cleanups every third Saturday of each month to encourage people to come out and help clean up. But sadly, we do still see a lot of trash.
So the next time you're out camping, remember the 7 principles of Leave No Trace. One of them is to pick up all your items and trash from your campsite. And you can throw it in a designated waste bin on your way out. This is to ensure we keep our forests clean and our national preserves at its finest.
As things flood, that small cheap piece of trash might then get picked up by floodwater and taken into our creek system, and so then, it's causing resource management issues along the creeks.
Whether you're kayaking down the Neches River, hiking through sandy soil on Sand Hill Trail, or camping near the oak trees, Urban says Big Thicket tells the history of Southeast Texas. It's a part of our community's heritage. In Beaumont, Cristiana Ramos, 12 News.
Coming up next, Jeff takes another look at the forecast. Here's a live look at our Roofing 911 Skycam network over Orange, where it's currently 44 degrees. The time now, 5:22.
Volkswagen of Beaumont believes you are the most valuable asset. Visit us today and see how we're committed to providing you with incredible pricing, selection, and service. Plus, our financing team makes it easy to sign, then drive. The best vehicle shopping experience in Beaumont is at Volkswagen of Beaumont. Stop by our showroom now. I-10 exit Washington both ways. Or shop online 24/7 at vwofbeaumont.com. vwofbeaumont.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. G at Gerstenberg Clinic in Port Neches. Have you heard about our treatment for osteoarthritis of the knee? If you're having mild or moderate knee pain and are just living with it, please come and see us. The longer you use your damaged knee, the less possible it is for your knee to heal. And that's what our treatment is for, helping your body heal itself using Rooster Comb and PRP. Don't wait until your knees are too far gone that your only hope is knee replacement. Call Gerstenberg Clinic today and see if I can help you. 409-210-3336.
At Boomtown Furniture, we're saying goodbye 2020 and hello 2021 with great savings throughout both our Beaumont and Bridge City showrooms. Turn your stimulus check into a new look for your home with great savings on bedroom, living room, and dining room furniture. Financing and delivery are available throughout all of East Texas and Southwest Louisiana. Come see us today at 1290 South 11th in Beaumont and at 800 Texas Avenue in Bridge City.
Texas, where our pride, strength, and unity keep our spirits high as we march forward. Showing our pride by saying, don't mess with Texas, means we got to step up, walk the walk, do our part to keep Texas clean and safe. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, including me, George Strait, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
Amish doors and windows are built to last. Gold Star now carries doors and windows with Amish quality and durability. Come see the difference for yourself at Gold Star Windows and Doors, where you'll enjoy the sunrise in your home.
Well, look, if you've ever forgotten your password, it's annoying. But at least you didn't end up losing $220 million. Well, I hope not. A man in San Francisco lost the password to unlock his digital wallet that holds 7,000 Bitcoins. That translates to a whopping $220 million. The correct password was Big Dummy with a capital B. I'm joking, but it's locked in a hard drive that gives users 10 guesses before it locks forever. So Stephen Thomas only has 2 more tries to gain access to his fortune, but he says he made peace with this $220 million loss. That is unbelievable. Like you would think that you would keep your username and passwords on your notes phone or somewhere. But
yeah, if you knew you were going to lose it all, right?
So you got 2 chances left. He has 2 chances left, so he better do something. Call his wife, girlfriend, somebody. Yeah.
Well, if he's made peace with it, though, he has a whole lot more than we could ever dream of, right?
Oh, Poor guy.
Is there an option you can click that says forgot my password?
Exactly.
And then they send you a text or a code, and then you change your email? Oh, I don't know.
Seems like there's got to be something,
Seems
right?
too logical.
Figure it out.
Yeah, maybe not. Oh, well. Hey, it's going to be rough along the coast today. Not the day for the boat, as we'll see a northwesterly wind about 20 to 25 knots, seas from 2 to 4 feet. Small craft advisories have been posted along the coast. Water temperature at 52. Rough conditions out there on the inland lakes and bays for today. High tide at 6:30 for this evening. As we look at a few weather watcher numbers coming in for this morning, Bevel Oaksville reporting 39, and Beaumont here at 12 News we're at 41, and then 30s up towards the lakes. Comanale Richard reporting 39. Woodville Travis reporting temperature of about 38. If you're out walking the dog this morning, look for temperatures in the lower 40s through 6, 7 o'clock this morning. At least it'll be dry as you walk your dog after work. You're looking at temperatures in the lower 50s, so make sure you have the jacket or the coat on.
The nation's on high alert for Joe Biden's inauguration. We have all the details for you coming up next. The time now, 5:27.
In this morning's GMA First Look, from Olympic gold medalist to Capitol rioter, U.S. Olympian Cleet Keller facing possible charges. Keller, who won swimming medals in 3 summer games, including Athens in 2004.
Keller of the United States looks like he's going to hold out for the gold.
Former swimmers and coaches coming forward after spotting Keller's 6'6" frame and a USA team jacket. Come on! USA Swimming telling ABC News, we in no way condone the actions taken by those at the Capitol last week. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the very latest on the urgent national effort to track down and identify the Capitol rioters. With your GMA First Look, I'm Martha Raddatz, ABC News, Washington, D.C.
Why Walgreens? With copays as low as $0, Walgreens makes affording your Medicare prescriptions no sweat. So you can get back to the thing you'd rather be doing.
Doing what we love can be painful. Introducing Aspir Cream with essential oil. Now calming lavender oil is combined with fast-acting lidocaine for lasting relief. New Aspir Cream with essential oil.
Our boy Blue really was a member of the Bishop family. He was part of everything we did. And he really did inspire us to start Blue Buffalo. We just weren't happy with the foods that were out there. We thought we could do better. And now millions of dogs and cats enjoy our healthy recipes. They're made with the finest natural ingredients and real meat first, and no chicken or poultry byproduct meals. That's the promise we made to Blue. And it's our promise to you and your pet. Because like you, we love them like family too.
tonight.
All right, Shark, it's time to have some fun.
Oh, hell yeah. When you get an at-bat with A-Rod.
What is your plan for world domination?
You swing.
Who wants it?
For the fences.
Buckle your seatbelts.
New Shark Tank tonight on ABC.
It ain't rocket science. At least getting a great deal on a new Ram pickup isn't anyway. In fact, right now, during Start Something New sales event at Sour Lake Dodge in Truckville, it's easy as falling off a log. Just drive out today or visit TruckvilleDodge.com, and you're on your way to a great deal on Texas' fastest growing line of trucks. It ain't rocket science, but you will be feeling a lot smarter when you drive away. And as always, the best part is all the money you save is yours to keep in Truckville.
Daybreak starts right now with Tracy Kinnick, Nick Canizales, and meteorologist Jeff Gerber.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to 12 News Daybreak. It's Friday. Woohoo!
Woo!
Excited?
I'm ready.
Any
We're
plans
having
for
way
the
too much
weekend?
fun. It's 5:30. I mean, you know what I'm excited about is this micro league wrestling stuff.
It's tonight, so
It
there's
is
your
tonight.
plans if you don't have any yet.
That's giving me flashbacks to my childhood back in the 80s and early 90s when wrestling was really, really good, exploding. And, you know, and my brother, I used to body slam him all the time and drop the elbow.
Oh, really?
And,
He
yeah.
told us it was the other way around.
Oh, no. Well, maybe now. You know, he's a little bit stronger than me now, but I still got the height advantage on him. So I'm like Andre the Giant. He's like Hulk Hogan. And Jeff, I don't know what Jeff can be. You know.
I had a friend once who told me I looked just like
King Kong Bundy.
No, the animal, George.
Oh, George the Animal Steel,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah. So.
I don't know who that is, but.
He used to have a green tongue. He used to bring this this kind of doll around, and he would eat the turnbuckle. And
he was crazy.
He was crazy.
Yeah.
But Jeff's not crazy,
that's
though.
probably you.
No. He's crazy about the weather, though.
I am crazy about these cool temperatures out there. I like the cool weather, but I don't know. These 40s and 30s are a little bit chilly. We're starting off in the 30s and 40s this morning, and we'll get up only into the 50s today. So much cooler today than yesterday. Yesterday we actually hit 70 out at the Jack Brooks Regional Airport. Today we stay in the 50s, and with a gusty northwesterly wind 10 to 20, it's going to feel fairly cool out there for this afternoon. Keep that jacket handy. At least you don't need the rain gear today or through the weekend. We'll have a look at your weekend forecast in just a little bit.
Well, new developments, out of jail and out of a job, and that's the latest for the former police fire chief, Paul Nelson. He was arrested on charges of promoting child pornography. He bonded out of jail on Thursday morning. District Attorney Bob Wortham calls it a, quote, sad situation. He says Nelson could also potentially be facing federal charges. The investigation started after the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children received a tip. Nelson is accused of sending the illegal images over social media. The organization said it can't comment on this particular case, but say that most cases like this start when a company like Facebook finds illegal content.
These companies are required by federal law to report any child pornography or any child sexual abuse material that they're aware of.
Meanwhile, the Port Neches city manager has handed over control of the fire department to the assistant chief. Port Neches PD continues to assist the Texas Attorney General's Child Exploitation Unit in the investigation.
America on alert. Security preparations are now underway ahead of Joe Biden's inauguration next week. They kicked into high gear in the nation's capital. 7-foot fencing topped with razor wire now surrounds the Capitol building, and behind it, some of the 21,000 National Guard members deployed for the inauguration. More troops are lining the streets of our nation's capital right now than are stationed in Iraq and Afghanistan. Officials also considering keeping crowds out of the National Mall for Biden's swearing in. The FBI says it's tracking online chatter that could pose a threat to the festivities next week.
We're concerned about the potential for violence at multiple protests and rallies planned here in D.C. and at state capitol buildings around the country. So anybody who plots or attempts violence in the coming week should count on a visit.
Investigators say so far 80 cases have been charged in federal court and 34 people have been arrested in connection with the riot. The FBI has identified more than 200 suspects.
Southeast Texas leaders have a plan for a mass vaccination site. They just need the state to sign it off. Now, Thursday, Judge Jeff Brannick and other county officials met to talk logistics. The state panel will decide who gets more doses. Now, so far, most shots have gone to the vaccine hubs in the major metros. 12 News reporter Amelia White with the facilities that could be used for mass vaccinations.
Officials have their eyes on Ford Park, and here's why. Judge Jeff Brannick says it's big enough to operate as a mass vaccination hub, but it's going to take some groundwork to pull it off. It all started off with one meeting.
We had a several-hour meeting this morning. It included representatives of Orange, Hardin, Jasper, and Chambers County
To discuss one thing, how to turn Ford Park into a mass vaccination site.
We have committees up and running that are focused on the nuts and bolts.
Committees that have outlined a play-by-play game plan, one that they hope the state accepts.
How the drive-through facilities are going to work, how many people are we going to need to man it, because it's a logistical difficulty.
Judge Jeff Brannick even plans to create an app for people to go online and register for the vaccine. But it's going to take more than just an app for this to work.
I have to have people to do the initial checking of the individuals for allergies.
All of this planning is contingent on the state sending more doses of the vaccine. Brannick promises when that happens, local folks will be ready.
Make sure that we're in a position whenever we get the word from the state that we're going to get enough vaccinations to do a mass vaccination that we're up and running.
Now, this plan isn't set in stone just yet, but more vaccine doses are expected to arrive by Tuesday. This will put the wheels in motion to launch more vaccine hubs. In Beaumont, Amelia White, 12 News.
New this morning, President-elect Joe Biden is laying out his pandemic plan. The American Rescue Plan, he calls it, would spend $1.9 trillion. Biden spelling it out during a primetime address last night. He outlined his plans to boost vaccinations and rescue the economy. He's proposing $1,400 checks and more unemployment assistance.
We will finish the job of getting a total of $2,000 in cash relief to people who need it the most. The $600 already appropriated is simply not enough. You just have to choose between paying rent and putting food on the table.
The proposal also includes plans to speed up the vaccine rollout and provide financial help to state and local governments and struggling businesses. The president-elect expects to release more information today about his plan for 100 million shots in his administration's first 100 days.
A single-shot COVID vaccine could be coming. Now, early trials for Johnson & Johnson's vaccine look promising. Data shows it appears to be safe and it generates an immune response. The early trials include more than 800 adults, some over the age of 65. Now, 90% of them developed neutralizing antibodies by day 29, and every participant had them by day 57. The most frequent side effects were fatigue, headache, and pain at the injection site. The results should be released by the end of the month on 45,000 people who were part of a phase 3 trial. A new study from the Texas Education Agency revealed that the pandemic has caused students to lose more than 3 months of learning. Now, they gathered these findings based on an optional beginning of the year assessment given to more than 600,000 students to measure the impact of virtual learning. Research from agencies show that the summer is the most common time that students fall behind now, and that the pandemic is adding to that academic gap. Educators say there are a lot of variables that could have caused the learning loss.
Not being able to be engaged, not having reliable technology. A lot of the kids just need to sit down face to face and have somebody break it down for them. And whenever they're in a Zoom classroom, that's just not able to happen.
TEA says that the scores from the assessment will not be used for any accountability purposes, only to help schools make changes to their curriculum to better educate students during the pandemic.
A Nederland police officer will not face charges for shooting and killing an armed suspect back in November. It happened when the officer responded to a domestic disturbance. The suspect, Darren Jones, ran when the officer confronted him. Investigators say Jones refused to stop and then showed a weapon. That's when the officer shot and killed him. A grand jury heard the evidence and returned a no bill, meaning no further action will be taken. What led up to a deadly shooting near Fred in Tyler County? Deputies aren't so sure. They got a call Wednesday about a stolen vehicle at a home off 1943. Before they arrived, there was a shooting at the same house. The man who was shot later died at the hospital. The shooter was also injured but survived. The man who died was driving the stolen car with stolen belongings inside. So far, nobody has been arrested. NFL star Earl Thomas's wife claims he attacked her and punched out a window the day after Christmas. Now TMZ says Nina Thomas is alleging in court documents that he was in a drunken rage when he attacked her and her family at her parents' home in Orange. A representative for the football player tells TMZ that his wife's claims are false and that the couple is on good terms. According to court documents, his wife filed for divorce back in November. A Texas megachurch pastor and former spiritual advisor to 2 U.S. presidents has been sentenced to 6 years in prison for bilking investors out of millions of dollars. Kirby John Caldwell was sentenced Wednesday in Shreveport, Louisiana. The 67-year-old Caldwell pleading guilty in March to conspiracy to commit wire fraud. He was the senior pastor of Windsor Village United Methodist Church in Houston. Prosecutors say Caldwell and Smith used their clout to persuade victims to invest about $3.5 million in historical Chinese bonds with no investment value.
Attention all actors and producers, there's some exciting news coming to Southeast Texas that I'll tell you about coming up next right here on Daybreak.
And chilly temperatures out there again this morning. Looks like it's going to be a cool weekend. Might be a weekend forecast in just a few minutes.
You know, every single night when we have to report the number of new cases and the number of fatalities, I get a funny feeling in my stomach. To the people listening at home, it's their family member, it's their neighbor. Those numbers mean something to people. You know, sometimes I just have to sit back and think about what it is that I would want to know if I were at home, craving information. Sometimes it's just as simple as that, having the conversation with the viewer that you would want someone to have with you.
The wait is over. Mike Smith's CJDR's Start Something New sales event is going on now. We're kicking off 2021 by bringing you thousands in savings. Drive the 2020 Jeep Renegade, over $5,000 off the MSRP. Or drive the new 2020 Dodge Charger with over $7,000 off the MSRP. Plus get 0% APR for 84 months on select models. Start the year off right at Mike Smith's CJDR. I-10 exit Washington both ways. Or shop online with Acceleride at MikeSmithCJD.com.
Are you constantly bothered by back and neck pain? Have you been in a car accident or hurt on the job and now have trouble controlling your pain? How about numbness, nerve pain, or headaches? If so, Prestige Medical Services is your place to go. At Prestige, we strive to help our patients relieve pain and minimize drug dependency. We utilize the most advanced modern technology to help get you back to life. Call or visit us in Beaumont or our sister location, Port Arthur Chiropractic. Prestige Medical Services, your life aligned.
Attention! Save up to 50% at the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Sale this weekend at Parkdale Mall. Over 70 hot tubs on display at up to 50% off. Every floor model must go. Come see revolutionary swim spas that can heat or chill the water. Bad credit, no problem. 100% in-house financing, no turndowns. That's the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Sale this weekend at Parkdale Mall. Call 1-833-HOUR-SPAS or go to discountspas.com.
Recognized regionally and locally for journalistic excellence. Awarded 2 Murrow Awards for Best Newscast and Continuing Coverage. Awarded the Lone Star Emmy for Best Newscast. The Texas Associated Press Broadcasters Award for Continuing Coverage. And recognized by the Southeast Texas Press Club in over a dozen categories. 12 News, the most recognized news station in Southeast Texas for putting Southeast Texas first.
Welcome back. No surprise, it's another chilly start this morning. We're expecting some cooler temperatures thanks to a cold front that went back through the area this last evening. And now we have clear skies out there. Really, the front didn't do much. Didn't even hardly kick up too many clouds. Right now, we look down on East Texas Freeway from our Education First Federal Credit Union camera, part of our 12 News Roofing, 911, Live Sky Chem Network, and quiet conditions out there for this morning. Temperatures are cold in Kirbyville at 36. We're up to 40 now in Jasper. We were back to about 38 there. Most locations in the 30s for this morning. 43 right now in Woodville, and then a little bit cooler in Silsbee at 41. 45 Orange, 43 in Beaumont, also 43 in Port Arthur at this hour. Cold front went through last night. It continues to push off towards the east fairly quickly already into parts of Alabama with a few showers out ahead of it. We're not seeing anything across the state of Texas. A couple high clouds kind of moving across the Red River Valley overnight, but that's about it. High pressure will keep us high and dry over the weekend. Lots of sunshine also for the weekend, but it's going to be a little bit cool, especially as we head towards tonight into tomorrow. Temperatures for today not getting out of the 50s. We'll climb up into the middle to upper 50s through the afternoon, and we'll also see a little bit of a gusty northwesterly wind, so it's going to keep us cool throughout the day. 40s for this evening, so if you have plans this evening, make sure you bundle up just a little bit, and if you have plans early tomorrow morning, you really need the heavy coat as temperatures are going to be dropping back down into the 30s early on Saturday. Our forecast for today, basically just a cooler day with lots of sunshine, those gusty northwesterly winds. Highs today will be in the middle to upper 50s, and then for tonight, back down into the middle to upper 30s. So it's going to be a cold start there on Saturday. 7-day forecast shows dry weather all the way through Tuesday of next week. We do see a chance of rain Wednesday into Thursday, about 40%. And notice temperatures warming up. We go from 57 on Saturday all the way up to 70 by Thursday of next week. Rain chances right now, computer models backing off on the heavy rains we were looking at for maybe Wednesday into Thursday. Right now we'll go with some scattered showers both those days. Still looks kind of wet. Wednesday and Thursday, but maybe not as heavy as rain as we were expecting. But that could change again by the time we get there. So we'll continue to watch the forecast towards the middle to end of next week. But the weekend looks great, including Martin Luther King Day on Monday.
That's right.
A lot of folks have that day off.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Well, attention all actors, producers, and directors. Southeast Texas has a new studio coming to town, and our Kara Willis is standing by to tell us all about it. Good morning, Kara.
Good morning, Tracy. Today is a great day for Southeast Texas resident Eric Wilkerson as he opens the first Southeast Texas acting studio. The studio will hold voiceover workshops, one-on-one coaching, workshops for producers, directors, and more.
And only acting studio in Beaumont, Texas, Southeast. Basic classes that we have is understanding the different acting methods that there are. There are buku acting methods out there. Lighting, you know, how to do a proper reel. We're going to have some workshops.
The open house will take place tonight on 505 Orleans Street at 8 p.m. and is absolutely free. Back to you guys in the studio.
Well, coming up after the break, Urban Meyer, after he said he would not coach football ever again, he is back on the sidelines. We'll let you know where he's going and why he could turn around a struggling franchise a lot sooner than you think. It's 5:47.
For new construction plumbing, Mid-County Plumbing is the one to call. From new homes to schools and high-rise commercial buildings, subdivision infrastructure too. We have the expertise and a track record of satisfied homeowners and companies. Mid-County Plumbing, 727-6833.
Volkswagen of Beaumont believes you are the most valuable asset. Visit us today and see how we're committed to providing you with incredible pricing, selection, and service. Plus, our financing team makes it easy to sign, then drive. Sign, then drive. The best vehicle shopping experience in Beaumont is at Volkswagen of Beaumont. Stop by our showroom now. I-10 exit Washington both ways. Or shop online 24/7 at vwofbeaumont.com. vwofbeaumont.com.
For all your plumbing needs, Mid-County Plumbing is ready with 24/7 response. From drain stoppages to fixture replacement, slab leaks too. And our jet machine clears any commercial or residential line fast. Mid-County Plumbing, 727-6833.
Thanks to this pandemic, nationwide production of furniture has come to a screeching halt. What used to take 1 to 2 weeks now takes 2 to 6 months for delivery. If you want a huge selection of quality furniture with product in stock and ready to go, come see us at Furnish It. We're one of the only furniture stores in Southeast Texas with a massive warehouse full of inventory, ready to take home or be delivered the next day. Huge discounts, amazing selection, and most of our best sellers in stock. Come see us at Furnish It in Lumberton.
Why is Brian dancing like nobody's watching?
Because he can. And you can too. Get your joints healthy and happy with orthopedic care from Christus Southeast Texas. With same-day and next-day appointments, it's easy to take the first step to get your joints moving freely. Call 800-218-9355.
Welcome to Westgate, where relationships matter most. Jesus was once asked to define life's greatest priority, and he answered by saying, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and love your neighbor as you love yourself. That's the simple priority of Westgate. We're trying to love God with all we have and demonstrate that kind of love to others. We'd love for you to join us on this exciting journey of making relationships matter most.
All right, here's a look at what's trending. Lady Gaga and Jennifer Lopez will be participating in next week's inaugural ceremonies. The Presidential Inauguration Committee says they're in the lineup for the 59th inaugural ceremony for the swearing-in of President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. But Joe Biden is not the only one getting a big ceremony. Check it out. There will also be a major event after the presidential inauguration, a first ever inauguration honoring Biden's rescue pup, Major. The president-elect seen here on the day he adopted Major, a German Shepherd from the Delaware Humane Society. The organization marking his move from shelter shepherd to first dog with a Zoom party. The January 17th party, hosted by the Today Show's Jill Martin, is a fundraiser to help shelter animals find their forever homes.
It's been one of the craziest 48 hours for the Houston Rockets organization. Of course, the shorthanded Rockets were good enough last night to win their first game after James Harden's trade request was granted. Because remember, he said that his team was garbage and was not good. The Rockets, who only had 9 available players due to injuries and pending arrivals of newcomers, somehow pulled off a 4-point road win in San Antonio. The Rockets held a team meeting minus Harden after their Tuesday loss against the Lakers. Pretty much they drew the line in the sand, as rookie forward Jae'Sean Tate put it, promising one another to shut out the noise from the Harden saga and put up a fight after a disappointing start to the season. The Rockets, who were 2-6 with Harden in uniform, now 2-0 when he's not there. Hopefully, they can go on and make the playoffs this year. The Philadelphia Eagles, they have requested an interview with Cowboys offensive coordinator Kellen Moore for their head coaching opening. The 32-year-old just signed a 3-year contract at the end of the 2020 season to remain with the Cowboys, pulling his name from the Boise State job. The Cowboys had 513 yards and 37 points in a Week 16 win against those pesky Eagles. The first NFL head coaching vacancy has been filled as the Jacksonville Jaguars have hired veteran college coach Urban Meyer. Of course, Meyer has won everywhere he coached in the college ranks, but he'll have a challenge on his hands in the form of the Jags, who went 1-15 last season. Now, Meyer reportedly met with Jags owner Shad Khan 3 times over the last 7 days and was the owner's top target for several weeks. The Jags have 11 picks in April's NFL draft, 5 of them in the top 65, including the #1 overall draft pick, which will be Trevor Lawrence, plus over $70 million to spend in free agency. I was just telling Jeff that give him 5 years. If he's not competitive in 5 years, get rid of him. But I think he'll be okay. Up next, speaking of Jeff, he'll have the final forecast before we hit that 6 o'clock hour. You're watching Daybreak. It's 5:52.
Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Attention! Save up to 50% at the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Sale this weekend at Parkdale Mall. Over 70 hot tubs on display at up to 50% off. Every floor model must go. Come see revolutionary swim spas that can heat or chill the water. Bad credit, no problem. 100% in-house financing, no turndowns. That's the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Sale this weekend at Parkdale Mall. Call 1-833-HOUR-SPAS or go to discountspas.com.
You know this guy? Honey.
with the most standard safety features in its class.
Nice stop, Mom.
Thanks. The all-new, fiercely reimagined Nissan Rogue. Get 0% financing for up to 84 months on 13 models, or get a low $229 per month lease on Rogue.
Plumbers 911 is just one of those companies that my family can always trust. They're always on time, clean, and very professional. The website is easy to navigate, and their response time is quick. Their pricing is always upfront and fair. And if something doesn't go right, they guarantee to make it right. Plumbers911.com, experts in our field.
All new Oz. We've been spending too much time inside. But is it safe to spend a lot of time outside in the cold during COVID? Our great big winter myth-busting experiment will reveal the answer. Then, inside the unexpected death of former Bond girl Tanya Roberts, her longtime partner opens up about her heartbreaking final hours and why it can happen to anyone who's been putting off symptoms during the pandemic.
Weekdays at 2 on KBMT ABC.
Country music icon Dolly Parton could be getting a statue at the Tennessee State Capitol. That's if one state lawmaker gets his way. A bill has been introduced by a Democratic representative to honor the lifelong philanthropist. Most recently, she made news headlines for her $1 million donation to help develop the Moderna coronavirus vaccine. She also founded Imagination Library, which mails books to children under the age of 5 across the world to help improve child literacy. If approved, the statue would be paid for by private gifts, grants, and donations. I would totally contribute to that.
Old Dolly.
Dolly's one of my favorites, for sure.
She's an all-time iconic.
So talented and so good-hearted. She's just a good person.
Yeah, that's the main thing, though. Always giving back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she came from really not much, and then, boy, everybody knows Dolly Parton. If you say that name, everybody knows.
So down to earth, too. Funny.
Done a lot for the state of Tennessee just with her Dollywood and everything, and bringing in money. And put up that statue.
Put it up.
Might as well.
Why isn't there one already? That's what I say.
We need a statue of Jeff Gerber out here. Let's take him outside.
Nice weather.
He has done nothing for nobody. Let's take a look at what's
you said
going
it, not us.
Your weekend forecast not looking bad, just a little bit cool, especially tomorrow as we top out at about 57s. Sunday, 60, and then as we get into Monday, 63. You notice dry weather through the holiday weekend. Monday, of course, being Martin Luther King Day. So looking good through the weekend. A little bit cold in the mornings, a couple of 30s there, but overall, not bad for your Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Another live look outside this morning, courtesy of Roofing 911, our SkyCam network. Traffic's going along great there on I-10 outside the 12 News Studios. It's 3 minutes before 6 o'clock on Daybreak.